Working from home is now more acceptable thanks to the pandemic changing the rules of the game. But if you're living in regional Queensland, it can be hard to find the work to use that office without leaving your home, especially if you're juggling kids and a job. So stepping into the breach, there are a number of online portals now popping up that connect freelance workers with companies and their services, and many of those can be achieved while working remotely. Fleur Madden is CEO of Freelancing Gems, an online job network. Good afternoon.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Great to have you here. Fleur, where did the idea for this come from for you?
Yes, certainly. Look, I have had 2 decades in my own businesses and employed a lot of consultants and freelancers over the years. And obviously when COVID hit, there were more women that were disproportionately affected with job losses. And we know that more women are going to be entering the workforce again in part-time freelance consulting capacities. And we wanted a central location for them to be able to find work.
So this is relatively new, this acceptance of working from home idea. How does this new approach to work impact on rural women?
Look, I think it's an amazing opportunity for everybody in general, but I guess for rural women, indeed, there's a lot of remote roles now. So you can have these amazing opportunities to work with brands that you may never have had the opportunity to work with before, because remote work is now so much more accepted.
So do you have many rural women using your platform for finding work?
Yes, absolutely. So Freelancing Gems launched 6 months ago. We launched in September of 2020. And we have had, thousands of women who have hit our website looking for work. And we have new jobs listed every single week. And there are jobs across Sydney, Melbourne, Brisbane, remote roles in Perth. But yeah, that remote work is really forging ahead. It is the way of the future.
I guess it's one of those things people have wanted for a long time, isn't it? To continue to live in the place that they love and still be able to get that work and not need to necessarily travel to a big smelly city to do it. What are some of the challenges that you hear about for women who are trying to find work in regional Queensland?
Look, I think the challenges for women in general is that we've seen a lot of women enter this consulting work that may never have considered consulting before, but unfortunately potentially lost their jobs during COVID. So it's just the steps of setting up. You are a small business owner. We really try and take away a lot of those challenges at Freelancing Gems. So when our members do, sign up to the platform, we give them business tools and templates they can use so they appear really professional and they're on the front foot. We also have learning webinars and events as well that they are welcome to attend. And we also match them with another woman who is on a similar journey. Because I think one of the biggest challenges for women who are working remotely is the isolation. And we really want to take that isolation factor out for them at Freelancing Gems. We're basically helping them to present in the best possible light.
So consulting and freelancing obviously can cover a lot of things. What kind of work are women picking up from home these days?
Absolutely. There's a lot of work in the administration area, HR, a lot of the creative industries, so marketing, PR, graphic design. If you are a web developer, please let us know because we literally have web dev jobs going every week. For women, and they're just so hard to find. But social media managers, they're the jobs that we're seeing come through every week, and certainly those roles are able to be done remotely.
I know a big challenge for a lot of people who work as freelancers is underselling their worth and I've done it when I was freelancing, just really lowballing that price where I shouldn't have. What's your advice for people who are freelancing at the moment?
Absolutely. And the gender pay gap in general is a huge issue globally. But in women that consult and freelance, the going rate in Australia is that we charge 38% less. Now, that's alarming, really. And so what we do provide as well is we provide a rate card so that women can benchmark and to ensure that they're being competitive in the way that they price. There is no need for us not to be charging competitively and at exactly the same price that our male counterparts would be.
And I guess there is, on the flip side of that big fear of missing out on work by charging too much. So how do you know what to charge?
Well, with the rate card, we give them a guide so that there's a range there. So from a junior consultant through to a senior consultant. So that way, and we always tell people, give yourself a range and be negotiable. At the end of the day, it's up to you what you decide to charge and how you decide to charge. But there's no need to be underselling yourself. And I guess in the market that we're in at the moment, where so many Australians are out of work, and indeed more women than men, we are at a time where it's not that, women are necessarily charging exponentially. We're just asking to be paid exactly the same as our male counterparts are. So I think that we've got to stand true to that.
All right, Fleur, thank you so much for your time this afternoon, and really interesting, all of these online job networks that are popping up at the moment too.
It is. Thanks so much for having me.